Welcome to Stoic Vibe, where we dive deep into the wisdom of ancient Stoics to master the art of living in the modern world. Let me ask you something powerful. Do you look younger than your age, or at least, do people say you do? What if I told you the answer lies not just in your skincare or genetics, but in your mindset? In today's video, we're exploring how Stoic philosophy can be the key to maintaining an ageless energy, a timeless presence, and yes, even a youthful appearance. We'll break it down into 4 parts. The Stoic view of time and aging, emotional regulation and physical reflection, living simply, the youth of minimalism, the ageless mind, wisdom over wrinkles. Let's get into it. Part 1 is the Stoic view of time and aging. Stoicism offers a timeless insight. While we cannot control time itself, we can control how we perceive and respond to it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in his Meditations, "It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live." This profound perspective challenges modern anxieties about aging and mortality. For the Stoics, aging is not a battle to be fought, but a journey to be embraced with acceptance and dignity. The irony, however, lies in how those who live with presence, purpose, and mental clarity often appear younger, not because they defy time, but because they don't let its pressures define them. Most people obsess over milestones, birthdays, gray hairs, wrinkles, as if these markers diminish their value or potential. That stress becomes etched on the face and burdens the spirit. But the Stoic, grounded in acceptance, moves through life without urgency or fear. This calm, unhurried demeanor creates an impression of vitality and youthfulness. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." When a person lives with intention, discards distractions, and aligns their actions with their values, they conserve energy rather than scatter it. Their inner stillness reflects outwardly. They become less reactive, more composed, and subtly luminous. Unlike those constantly striving to buy back youth with products and procedures, the Stoic cultivates a kind of beauty that is deeper and more enduring. It comes from not being enslaved by the calendar, by external expectations, or by the relentless pursuit of validation. Free from these burdens, they radiate a rare tranquility that no cosmetic can replicate. This serenity, born from wisdom and acceptance, is profoundly rejuvenating. It allows them to live fully in each moment without being haunted by the past or anxious about the future. In a society that prizes youth and fears aging, the Stoic offers a revolutionary model. Grow older, yes, but do it with awareness, calm, and purpose. For in doing so, one doesn't merely age, they transcend time's usual toll. The face relaxes, the posture steadies, and the eyes shine, not with the energy of denial, but with the grace of presence. In this way, the Stoic doesn't escape time, but they do something better. They master their relationship with it. This Stoic mastery of time isn't about detachment or apathy, it's about deep engagement with what truly matters. By focusing on what is within their control, thoughts, choices, and responses, Stoics free themselves from the tyranny of what isn't, aging, loss, and uncertainty. This shift in mindset fosters not just emotional resilience but a profound sense of liberation. They are not dragged by regrets of the past or fears of what lies ahead. Instead, they meet each day with clarity and intention. This presence infuses their lives with meaning, making every moment count. And that meaningful existence reflects outwardly, in the calm of their expression, the steadiness of their voice, and the quiet confidence they carry. While others chase youth through frantic effort, the Stoic draws it naturally from within, rooted in purpose and peace. In the end, it's not about appearing younger, it's about embodying a life well lived, where the soul stays light, the spirit unburdened, and time becomes a companion, not an enemy. Part 2 is emotional regulation and physical reflection. Have you ever noticed how people who carry resentment, jealousy, or anxiety seem older than they are? Their expressions often tighten, their posture slouches, and their energy feels heavy. The Stoics understood this well, believing that our inner state inevitably manifests in our outer presence. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple but powerful truth speaks volumes about how emotional burdens can physically weigh us down. Chronic stress, bitterness, and mental turmoil aren't just psychological, they have a visible impact. Over time, constant overthinking and emotional turbulence can leave marks not only on the heart but also on the skin, in the eyes, and even in how one moves through the world. On the other hand, someone who embodies Stoic emotional discipline, who responds calmly, who lets go of what they cannot change, who doesn't feed every passing irritation, often ages in a radically different way. Their presence feels lighter, their breath deeper, their demeanor more open. Such people aren't carrying the invisible weight of emotional clutter. They've made peace with life's unpredictability and have learned to center themselves, no matter what storms rage around them. That kind of peace has a remarkable impact. It relaxes the muscles of the face, softens expressions, and even preserves a youthful glow. It's not because these individuals avoid aging or hardship, but because they don't let hardship harden them. Their serenity becomes visible in their gentle gaze, in their unhurried manner, in the way they smile without strain. Their aging process is not accelerated by emotional resistance, but softened by emotional clarity. Think of a Stoic like a deep, undisturbed lake, calm, steady, reflective. That stillness, practiced daily, doesn't just benefit the soul, it affects the body too. Lower levels of stress hormones, better sleep, improved breathing, all these contribute to a healthier and often younger appearance. But more importantly, they point to a deeper kind of beauty, the kind born from inner peace. This peace isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet, consistent, and deeply nourishing. It doesn't just hide wrinkles, it makes them irrelevant. Because when your spirit is light and your mind is free, you don't chase youth. You embody timelessness. And that, the Stoics might argue, is the true art of aging. This inner peace, cultivated through Stoic practice, is not a denial of emotion but a refinement of it. The Stoic does not suppress feeling, they simply choose not to be ruled by it. Anger, envy, fear, all are acknowledged, then released, like passing clouds in a vast sky. This emotional intelligence fosters resilience, and resilience itself is a kind of vitality. When you aren't constantly reacting to life, you conserve energy for what truly matters. That conservation shows, not in flashy appearances, but in quiet strength. People drawn to such individuals often can't explain why they seem so magnetic, so composed. It's because calm is rare in a chaotic world, and peace, once internalized, becomes visible. It draws others in and radiates a presence that is both grounded and luminous. That is the Stoic advantage, not just living longer, but living clearer, calmer, and lighter. In mastering the self, they unlock a form of beauty that no mirror fully captures, but everyone feels. Part 3 is Living Simply, the Youth of Minimalism. The Stoics were minimalists long before minimalism became a lifestyle trend. They chose simplicity not out of deprivation but from a deep understanding of what truly matters. Seneca, despite his wealth, practiced voluntary poverty to remind himself that happiness doesn't come from possessions, but from freedom, freedom from attachment, excess, and distraction. He believed that the fewer things you depend on, the more resilient and at peace you become. And this is where the timeless secret lies. Simplicity keeps you young. In today's world, we are bombarded with noise, endless notifications, cluttered spaces, overloaded schedules, and an addiction to more. That kind of overstimulation drains our energy, clouds our minds, and wears down the body. Stress and chaos age us faster than time itself. But the Stoic path invites us to subtract, not add. To remove what is unnecessary and focus on what is essential. When you let go of toxic relationships, constant comparison, and material obsession, you make space for clarity, stillness, and renewal. A Stoic doesn't chase every trend or fill every moment. They choose deliberate action and purposeful rest. Their lives are guided by intention, not impulse. They eat with mindfulness, speak with care, and move through the world with awareness. This minimalist mindset conserves energy, and that conserved energy is felt in their presence. They are calm, centered, and strong, not easily shaken by external events. This steadiness, this lightness of being, is what creates a youthful spirit. It's not about the absence of aging, but the presence of vitality. When you don't depend on constant entertainment or approval, you don't exhaust yourself trying to keep up. You become agile, adaptable, and emotionally lean. That kind of living doesn't show up in wrinkles or gray hairs. It shows up in how alive and focused you are. The minimalist Stoic doesn't age out of life. They grow deeper into it. With fewer distractions, their attention sharpens. With fewer attachments, their joy becomes more genuine. In a cluttered world, their clarity becomes magnetic. They embody youth not through appearance but through presence. That's the power of the Stoic lifestyle, a simple life, deeply lived, quietly radiant. And in that radiant simplicity, there is a kind of agelessness that no product can offer. This kind of ageless simplicity isn't about rejecting the world, it's about engaging with it more deliberately. The Stoic doesn't escape life's responsibilities, but approaches them with a clear mind and an uncluttered soul. By needing less, they experience more. Their joy isn't tied to possessions or praise, but to purpose. And purpose is energizing. It gives each day meaning, making even mundane tasks feel sacred. In contrast, the frantic pursuit of more stuff, more status, more stimulation, drains the spirit and accelerates burnout. The Stoics' restraint becomes their power. Their calm presence, their ability to pause and reflect, gives them a quiet edge in a noisy world. They move slowly, but with direction. They age, but they don't grow weary. Their vitality comes not from trying to stay young, but from never losing sight of what truly nourishes the soul. And that, perhaps, is the greatest form of youthfulness, to live with depth, not distraction. Part 4 is the ageless mind, wisdom over wrinkles. There's a paradox here. Stoics fully embrace aging, yet they often appear timeless. Their secret isn't hidden in skincare routines or anti-aging remedies. It lies in how they live, think, and prioritize. Stoicism teaches that true vitality doesn't come from resisting time, but from flowing with it. The Stoic doesn't waste energy trying to appear young. Instead, they cultivate presence, wisdom, and virtue, and that creates a glow far more powerful than anything external. Marcus Aurelius, even as an aging emperor burdened with responsibility, wrote with clarity, energy, and purpose. He trained his mind to stay present, to rise above ego, and to value what lasts: character, integrity, and the strength of the soul. When you stop identifying with your physical appearance and start nurturing your inner life, something shifts. The fear of wrinkles fades. The anxiety of getting older loses its grip. You realize that aging is not the enemy. Disconnection from purpose is. And that's where the timeless quality comes from. A person grounded in wisdom radiates a magnetic presence. Their face reflects peace. Their eyes hold depth. Their speech carries calm conviction. While others chase youth, the Stoic develops something even more powerful: emotional clarity, mental sharpness, and spiritual strength. These qualities are rare, and they're incredibly attractive. Wisdom illuminates the face, lifts the voice, and energizes every interaction. The Stoic's calm, focused presence leaves a lasting impression, one that isn't tied to age but to essence. They don't try to rewind time, they simply make the most of it. They don't fear growing older, they fear wasting life. And that purposeful mindset makes them vibrant, engaged, and fully alive. Aging with grace, to the Stoic, means living with intention. It means aligning your life with your values, not the latest trends. It means measuring your worth by your actions, not your reflection. In mastering their thoughts, emotions, and responses, Stoics gain something far more enduring than physical youth: timeless character. Their energy isn't scattered by ego or insecurity, it's centered in truth. That's why they seem youthful even as they age. Because youth, as Stoicism shows us, isn't about years, it's about how deeply you live. And the one who lives wisely, lives lightly. That's the Stoic secret. Don't chase time, master it. So, do you look younger than your age? Now you know why that might be. Maybe it's your mindset. Maybe it's your calm. Maybe, just maybe, it's your Stoicism. If you found value in this reflection, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who radiates timeless energy. Let's build a community of modern Stoics living with purpose, peace, and presence. This is Stoic Vibe. Until next time, stay still, stay strong.